What's up, guys? We're Zero Chillin' here. We're back with another video. I brought back Arki0 and ZolPsyko to help me out here to talk about rollback netcode. So the big things we want to talk about when it comes to rollback netcode is one, is it a make or break? Two, do we need rollback netcode in all games when it comes to buying those games or even playing those games? And three, like just overall thoughts on it. The reason I'm bringing this up recently is because Persona 4 Ultimax, pretty sure it's Persona 4 Ultimax, they're coming out with a Steam version of their game. I think it's the updated version that was in Japan for a while. They're coming out with that version, and they're not having rollback netcode implemented it when it first drops. They might change that in the future, but I've been seeing so much discourse on Twitter about it, and I just wanted you guys' thoughts on it. I got my own thoughts, but I'll let you guys start as well. So whoever wants to.
Um, the legendary, once a myth rollback. I'm telling you, but before quarantine, like rollback was a myth. Like people did not believe that it really
hmm
existed. But rollback as of 2020, the quarantine has become the talk of the century when it's like in the FGC. Does the game have rollback? You know, will this game get rollback? The player bases have significantly dropped in players because they're not enjoying the game because we're stuck in houses. We can't really go to offline tournaments, things like that, and the delay-based netcode just isn't cutting it. Um, so even before quarantine, let's start there. Even before quarantine, I'm be honest with you guys. Did you really like you two like did y'all really enjoy or even care about delay based netcode? Was it even a thought to you? Like, did you think like, oh, like the connection could be better, or I'm just not gonna play this game because delay based netcode, or did you just buy the game anyway?
but before I didn't even know rollback existed until it was like announced for prior to Guilty Gear Strive's release.
Hmm.
So to me it was just like internet connection or like this game's connection sucks.
Okay.
But to me, if I'm buying a product and one of those modes in the game is online, I expect it to work. If it's not
Right.
working, then I'm gonna be unsatisfied.
Right.
Yeah, I knew about rollback because of Killer Instinct, and I watched a lot of Sagem videos and a few other people back then.
Yup.
But I didn't really care about it when I was playing Blaze Blue Cross Tag. So I was just like, yeah, this connection like sucks or whatever. But I just thought, yeah, I was like, my opponent's connection sucks, but this game is like fine or whatever, like online. I just kept playing. I just loved Blaze Blue Cross Tag, right? It wasn't until I started playing a lot of. I just bought a bunch of rollback games during quarantine, like
Yeah.
Fantasy Strike. I started playing Tekken. Um,
Them
Mortal
fighting
Kombat,
herds.
them fighting herds, playing all these games, right? And then I would go back to playing the delay-based netcode games, and I'm like, this is unplayable, completely garbage. Why did I ever waste my time with this type of situation?
Right.
And ever since that day, I was like, I just can't play anything that's not rollback. Can't do it.
Yeah. It was the same experience for me. So I knew rollback existed. But I love Dragon Ball Fighters and Grand Blue, and like I just love those games so much that I just played through it anyway. Um, but well, first of all, a lot of rollback in general wasn't built into consoles like that back then. Like it just wasn't. That was more so like a PC thing.
Yeah, there were
Um,
definitely a lot of like shooting, like FPS games that had rollback, like a long, long time
yeah.
ago.
hmm
Um, but when I got into Guilty Gear Strive, uh,
The Savior?
Yeah,
and
honestly.
I was like, for the first thing that ran through my mind when I was learning Guilty Gear Strive was everything that I learned in practice and in game, and that I lab in the training room actually matters now.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I don't have to like delay a button 9 frames ahead of my opponent, to get some situation to happen to be in my favor. The game now. Rollback isn't perfect. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that.
All right.
Like rollback isn't like you can be living on the moon and have a 0 frame connection with me all the way down in the United States. That's
Right.
not
You
gonna
still
happen.
can't go to McDonald's and play on Wi-Fi and think the rollback's gonna be amazing.
It,
Yeah.
right. But when it comes to more so nationwide or regional, it is perfect.
Yeah,
You can
for
have
sure.
a very smooth and solid connection with someone across the country.
Yep.
You know, um, but when it came to implementing things as a player, like you remember you taught me how to air throw. I literally spent an entire month on like focusing on air throwing, like doing tech options, OSs, all these things that I labbed out in trained in the training room. They mattered when I took them online. That's what rollback like. I think that's a very important thing about rollback. From coming to execution as well with your combos. Dropping combos because all of a sudden it spikes up to a 5 frame delay. Like
Hmm.
you're just hello, you know. Um, but coming from like I said, Dragon Ball Fighters and Street Fighter and all of these other anime fighters like Eunice and Grand Blue. Um, when you're on a pretty steady connection, let's say like 2 or 3 frames, and all of a sudden your opponent kicks the router and the balls, and it's just like, you hit 9 frames of delay, and you both standing there like, all right, let's just wait till the frames drop again,
Yeah,
or
honestly.
or you get the legendary loading screen,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
The
god.
Smash
like
Ultimate
yeah,
symbol in the bottom.
Don't get
like
me
I'm talking
started.
about you, excerpt. I've seen
Oh,
that loading
ooh,
screen,
ooh.
like
Yep.
Let me
so.
let me tell you guys. Me and Zero Chillin live in the same damn city, and we tried to play XR together, and there was a loading screen that popped up. It was terrible.
On PC. We're on
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 PC.
PC.
PC,
Yeah.
you know. So for me personally, as a person buying and playing these games and spending time and buying their DLC, rollback is a must. I will not buy your game if you do not have rollback netcode. Because I am not a casual player. I'm not here to play your arcade or your story. Your story mode is like,
That
you
that's
know,
that's another thing I'd like to add because like in most of these fighting games, there isn't really much to offer
to do.
outside of versus mode and net play.
Right.
So
Exactly.
if the netcode is bad, what else do I have to play?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Street Fighter V launch. There's no
It,
arcade
I
it, it
mode.
had no arcade mode.
bro,
It had in a story mode as DLC in the summer. What?
Right.
I don't mind to go off track, but let me tell Capcom, I'm on your ass, bro, because I spent $120 like for the ultimate pre-ordered edition with the poster and all this other. Yeah, yeah. So I got that game and no story mode for nobody, no arcade mode. It was literally the training mode, the tutorial, and online. And then go figure, y'all tell us like a few months later that the game was less than 40% finished.
Right.
I'm like, are you for real? Like,
And it's because of that why I appreciate Guilty Gear Strive and the Mortal Kombat series so much. Even though those might not be my favorite fighting games, gameplay wise, they set a higher standard uh like for fighting games because before that, you know, like we were saying, we didn't really think much of netcode before quarantine and Guilty Gear Strive, but that's
right,
because we've been getting trash for years.
Yeah.
right,
And we accepted that trash for years.
yep.
We were just like, yeah, this is the best it's gonna get. Let's just keep moving. They're never gonna change. And look, with enough pushback, there was change. Now, when it comes to buying a game, like Persona 4 Ultimax is coming out, there's a lot of people super excited for it. Am I gonna buy the game? No.
No,
Um, for other reasons besides the rollback, but like, even with the rollback in there, like if rollback was in it, I would consider it. But without it, I mean, I've already played Persona 4 on
so,
PS3 with delay-based netcode. I'm not really interested.
so rollback. I hope companies like understand when you implement rollback, or just good online experience in general to all players, whether they be casual or competitive. It opens up it opens up the opportunity for both of these like categories of players to like play your game on Netcode,
Mhm.
right? Because I don't play Guilty Gear Action Core competitively. I
Yeah.
bought that game for like $10, and I can go
ten
and hop
dollars.
on and play. Yeah,
I bought that game for like 5 cents.
I bought it for
whatever.
like $3.
I just threw a number out there. Anyway, I can like boot up that game right now on Steam. I can hit up my homie Zero Chillin'. I can hit up my one of my other homies that play this game, and we can have a fun time online.
hmm
Like like I said, and I'm not competitive in that game. I know very little about Action Core, very little, but I can still boot up that game and enjoy the time that I spend playing them online. Like that same thing goes for Street Fighter or Tekken or any other game out there. If you implement rollback into your system, the casual players and the competitive players are gonna be, oh, I don't think I wanna like the casual players. I don't think I want to play arcade today. I just want to hop on and play a few matches online. They can do it without ripping their hair out.
Yeah. They
Right.
can play with their friends across the states, whatever. Like,
You know,
it's just
game
accessible. It
modes.
doesn't make sense not to have it. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make sense not to have it. We have that same situation when it came to like Smash Ultimate, Grand Blue. Like during the
Yeah, well,
pandemic, we we weren't able to play these games. People played them, yeah, but a lot of us stopped because it wasn't enjoyable. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not about to try hard in Smash Ultimate when I went from playing in tournaments to playing online, and online was a completely different game.
different game.
Like,
Absolutely.
it's absurd, absolutely absurd. Even if you want to say that game's for like casuals in the first place, it's a party game, whatever you might want to say, it doesn't. If you have an online system for your game with no working like story mode beyond that, you need rollback netcode. I'm sorry, you just need it,
Yep.
and you need good rollback netcode. Don't
Go that
give me this Street Fighter 5 or Melty Blood like
Honestly.
half-baked rollback, okay? You know which companies are getting you good rollback netcode. If all these indie games can come out with good rollback, you guys can do it too. Okay?
I
Fantasy
think that's
Strike
the
came out with
crazy part.
right. Power Rangers
It's
came
like
out with good. Come on.
the indie games have implemented better rollback than these multi-million-dollar companies that's been around for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I think that is very sad.
And people try to show for these companies, like million-dollar companies, as to why they can't do it. I'm like, come on now. They're not about to put you on the team.
Making so many excuses.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't they in the middle of a pandemic, guys? Bro, Guilty Gear Strive and Arxis was in the middle of a pandemic when they told us that
But
rollback was
like
in.
that's
Like,
exactly the reason why we need good online.
Exactly.
exactly.
I can't go to my friend's house.
Like, and you remember we had a conversation about this before that rollback is the future of the FGC. It will give both players a choice. Do you want to do online tournaments? This is your choice. Do you want to do offline tournaments? This is your choice.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you have that choice now. You don't have to get out your bed or like travel 3 hours down, across the state just to play someone offline.
Yep.
It's dangerous now.
Mm-hmm.
It Stepping outside my door going for work, I could literally die.
Yeah, or put others at risk.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You know. So it's like I said, I feel like as consumers, buying these games and playing them and spending time, I feel like we do need to let these companies know respectfully. We ain't supposed to be blowing up their Twitter with all these death threats and stuff. That's not how we go
Yeah,
about
yeah,
things.
that's just weird.
Yeah.
We let them know that delay-based netcode is not how you get us to buy these games. When you buy these games anyway, when you accept the delay-based netcode, when you know the new standard is rollback. Like it's Melty Blood, even though Melty Blood, like you can looking kind of shaky over there. But Guilty Gear Strive really set that standard that rollback needs to be implemented inside these games. What Persona was Persona 4 Ultra Max, Dynamax, whatever. Um, it's unfortunate that that's the route that the company decided to take, but that does not mean that the player base cannot use their voice and change that in the future. You
Yeah.
know, whether it be the coming year or so whatever, you know, whatsoever. It's just don't say that the community is dead because you don't have rollback. Like that's really it. You have to keep using your voice. You have to keep talking and like, you know,
It
we
happened to
want
Blaze Blue.
it happened to Blaze Blue. It happened to Accent Core,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
I think Blaze Blue is the biggest one, honestly. Cause man, y'all were talking about that for jeez, like
Nah, I was against it whole time. I was like, it'll never happen.
it'll never happen, bro. It was a
Yep.
myth. It was like someone on Twitter once said, "What if Blaze Blue had rollback?"
Honestly, right? Someone's
And
just
like
like,
And it was
the
like, "Yo,
developers, they have no idea how much like people like these games. Like after
exactly."
BlazBlue blew up after that rollback stuff, it
mm-hmm.
was like, oh,
As CEO, yeah.
yeah,
And now I believe there was like a post on Twitter. They said that they have like a certain number of people on their servers compared to before.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that number is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like because not only are veterans coming back, but new people are playing this game. You have people like not just veteran fighting game players, but completely new people to fighting games are buying this game and they're trying it because they can experience it online with other people and their friends.
Yep. Then they start playing the amazing story mode that's in Blaze Blue that is not confusing at all and everyone loves it, and they have a good time.
In Kingdom Hearts status. Um but yeah, it's just it's you know, you have to I think it's just unacceptable. It's just like Zol said. I think it's unacceptable that you give us excuses how you can't put rollback in the game. Now, I'm not saying like we all know that it's not easy to just slap rollback in the game and call it a day. It doesn't work like that. We really do wish it worked like that. It's definitely some type of coding process or whatever they have to go through with the servers and you know the world satellite and all this other stuff. Um but when like after Guilty Gear Strive, games that come out forward, you know, within 2022, 2023 and forward, these games must have rollback netcode. It's a must for me. If they don't, you lost me.
Yeah.
It could be the next Dragon Ball Fighters, the next Grand Blue, it could be the next, it can be Marvel 5, it could be whatever. If it does not have rollback netcode, you lost me.
Yeah. Honestly. Yep. I 100% agree. 100% agree. But all right, guys. So, any last words, guys?
I pretty much
All
said
right.
everything I needed to say.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, man.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want. Go into comments. Tell me what you guys think about rollback netcode as well. Are you guys thinking about buying Persona 4 Ultimax? Let me know. I'll catch you guys in another video. Have a good time.